A continuum of care, really, for TYFS starts with the Hirschfield Center, where we do prevention programs first. We really would love for nobody to need our residential services or more crisis-focused services. We have a Jackson Hole Leadership Program that just works with all kids in the community to do fun summer programming, but kind of the silver thread that gets woven in with all these programs is about relationship building. And the leadership program really works with kids to build their own self-worth as well as build relationships with the counselors and each other. And we would love for us to never get to the next part of our program, which is forensic interviewing. And we do that with families that have a child that has said, something happened to me, and we try to do it in a therapeutic way, and we work with law enforcement, but we record it so that it then can be used in a court of law, and the child doesn't actually have to go to court. And we consider the Hirschfield Center to be our preventative arm of the organization, and the other two are more our residential crisis, longer-term solutions. Teenage years are hard, and kids have lots of different stuff going on, and families end up having a lot of different stressors and stuff going on, so they can have a chance to take a break and assess what's going on and kind of make a plan as a family of how to move forward. And the group home is court-ordered placements. Court orders can mean anything from there's allegations of abuse or neglect, so that's why the kid's there, or there's truancy issues in school, the kid's doing something behaviorally that is causing them to need some outside intervention to have a safe place to stay. Red Top does not do that. The kids have been removed from the community for a variety of reasons, and the purpose is to keep them there until they're ready to be integrated back into their own home communities. When we do forensic interviews, we need to have law enforcement involved, because it could be a criminal case that comes out of it, and so they would be the ones to bring the child to a forensic interview. We work in partnership with Department of Family Services, helps refer kids, and they take custody of kids, and so they are their manager, they're essentially their parent or guardian, and they place the kid in the correct part in the continuum. But how this really works is once kids get into residential care, there's custody issues. There's a multidisciplinary team that consists of educators, law enforcement, attorneys, therapists, us, Department of Family Services. It can be a combination of all those elements or parts of those elements, and parents are part of that, or family members are part of that as well, and they make the decision about where the best place on the continuum is for the kid to be successful. We're a private nonprofit. We're like any other private nonprofit in the country where, we solicit donations, we have fees for service, and we have contracts for service. So the additional money that we fundraise, the additional money that it is for each of those kids to be in these beds, that we're not actually making the cost. And we're also getting some pressure that way in terms of how we provide the service. The state is starting to make contracts that look like we'll pay 100% of your cost for 3 months or 4 months, and then after that we'll pay zero. So a kid that might need 5 months of care or 6 months of care in residential treatment, the organization's going to end up having to pay for that, because the state believes that kids shouldn't be in care more than a certain period of time, and they have different periods of time that they believe that should happen for group homes and for residential treatment centers. These services are important. Our fabric of who we are is going to go away as a community. The pathways won't look so pretty if we have people that are in crisis everywhere. And even one family's life is worth whatever time any of us have put in, and I think we've all seen the effects of how help can make a difference.